Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag.
Trying to get Travis Armstrong on as a guest.
As a pump.
And we got a football player who goes to our church, former Tech player.
Yep. Oh, snap. What is up, everybody? And welcome to another episode of Sports Bites. Sports Bites. We are your number one sports podcast, bringing you the best of both worlds, sports and snacks. How is everybody out there doing? We have missed y'all. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
It's, you know, one of those times shaking off the rust. Look, I'm not even ready for it at 6 o'clock. I'm just Josh over here yelling at me. Go, 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 go. Well, we want to thank everybody for being here tonight. And we want to just start off by saying we have missed you guys. We've had a couple of weeks of, you know, inclement.
Like Homer Simpson. Mr. Plow.
I'd rather be called a plower.
A plower?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, as I was saying, you know, it did kind of put a damper on things. You know, we had to take a couple weeks off that weren't really expected. You know, a lot of weather, kind of inclement weather rolling through the area here and there. But we are back. I mean, we are back in full effect, ready to rock and roll.
Sunny day.
Yes, 60-some degrees, a big change from what we
nice.
had.
I rolled down here with the windows down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well,
AC, bro.
to my right, tonight, we got my brother, Don Schro. What's going on, man?
Happy to be back, man.
Absolutely.
Enjoying the spring. Feel it coming.
Across the table,
Randall.
Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike, I've missed you, man.
What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, excited to be back.
Refresh.
I am. Yeah. I'm happy to be back. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's rock.
Absolutely. Across the table,
What's
man
up?
in red, Robert Bialik. What's going on, Robert? How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good, you?
Not bad, man. Not bad. I'm just happy to see you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That energy.
That's it.
Me and Brent thought he wasn't outside. It was just the three of us.
Well, we want to let everybody know that, as always, we are coming to you tonight from beautiful Varsity Park Studios here at Varsity Park Franklin, Roanoke's newest innovative storage and business center. Check them out on Facebook or at varsityparkfranklin.com. Also, we want to thank the fans, everyone who has stuck with us and who is tuning in tonight because they've missed us so much. They wanted to be a part of this first episode back, and so you know that's a big one for me. I'm sitting here looking at it like, wait a minute. How many people do we have in in the comments right now?
Right now.
How many yet? They'll be rolling in.
That's it. Well, we want to thank you all so much for being a part of this. Thank you for being a part of the Sports Bites family. Remember, keep clicking those like buttons. Keep commenting in here. Get this engagement going. Let's have a little bit of fun tonight. And don't forget to share these podcasts to everybody. We got Choutbout in here already. What's going on, Chout? What's happening, brother?
Chout?
There he is. Yeah, we want to keep everything rolling. We want to keep this thing moving forward. So we appreciate all of you, and we love every one of you. Thank you so much. Now,
Yo.
you know me.
Yeah.
I'm a big guy.
We got
I'm a
to
big
show off,
guy.
right? Like we usually do.
I'm a big guy. You know what I love?
Snacks.
I love some snacks.
I feel like I did pretty good. You remember that there was like a defensive tackle, like Giants or somebody, and he had a real name, but everyone just called him Snacks because he was just a big giant dude on the nose tackle.
Yes.
Shout out
I
that
remember
guy.
Snack.
Shout out snacks.
All right, so I brought a few things. I brought some chips,
Who
I brought
likes
some cookies,
snacks?
and I brought a drink for everybody. So
Okay. Oh, snap. Yep. Hey, throwing the shout out. Anybody looking for a last minute thing to do tonight, man? The spot on Kurt. Our man Choutbout got a show tonight. All right.
So the first thing I got now, I brought Pringles in here a few times. Last time I brought the hot ones. These are not hot ones. But we did have great success with the pork carnitas. If you
Great
remember.
success.
Yeah. This is Pringles spicy loaded nachos. So I'm not. It says medium, Donnie. I kept you in mind.
Thank you, sir.
Extremely hot.
Thank you.
So we'll try these out. I do love a good Pringle. So those pork carnita ones were really good.
What was the
They
thing
said
that I
a really
couldn't eat,
tough.
though?
Huh?
What was the thing that I was?
It was the hot ones Pringles, and you ate like half of one.
No, it was like the green sauce.
Yeah. It was the green.
Salsa verde.
Yeah,
was
salsa
also
verde.
Yeah, it was for the hot sauce from the hot ones.
All right, let's see. Spicy loaded nachos Pringles.
Like it. Love it.
I get the spice, but I get something else too.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
I get the cheese. I get the cheesiness.
I like it.
I was gonna say before I
Nacho
ate
cheese.
it, I'll bet this tastes like cheesy jalapenos.
There it goes. A little kicky.
Well, there's some cheese and jalapenos on the front.
Well, spicy nachos is
I
gonna
like
be
that,
cheese
But when I think nachos,
on
it's
chip
got like
with
seasoned beef, so
jalapeno.
I'm thinking it's got a little bit more.
I like that.
Spice.
That's a good pick, man. I like a good.
It's right there.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a
good.
spicy that you could just keep eating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
exactly.
similar to a hot chip level.
Yep.
A little tingle.
Those are pretty good. I do like the extra cheesiness level kind of balances it out a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. Most definitely.
You all right on there, brother?
Yeah.
All right, we're
They got a little kick. They got a
Got a
little
little
kick.
kick.
I think they were right when they said medium, so
Yeah. It's good.
Pringles doing it. Shout out Pringles.
Shout
I
out
like a little kick.
Pringles.
I like a little kick.
All right, the next one. Ooh, these are new Chips Ahoy Baked Bites Blondie.
What?
These are Chips Ahoy,
Oh,
and they feel like they're called baked bits.
What's
They're
up,
little
Adam?
squares,
Adam, what's happening,
but
bro?
they're not brownies. They're blondies, and I love a good
Oh,
blondie.
dude,
so-
yeah.
Chips Ahoy.
I mean, I'm a fan of brunettes and redheads and everything, but blondies, you know.
They're at stores now. These are like.
This is the Kroger, you know. I try to get
Are
something.
these in the kid snacks?
No, they're with the cookies.
Do you give these to your son?
They're new, so
For
this
lunch.
is my first time
Okay.
having them.
All right.
I try to get stuff that the
okay.
people can find.
Most
Okay.
definitely. That's what we do this for.
All right,
man.
I like
We do it for
that.
the people.
They smell good.
Oh man, I like that.
Oh my god.
It's a cookie in a different shape.
It's a chewy. It's like Chips Ahoy chewy. And
I'll
the
agree with
square.
Robert a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a cookie in a different
Yeah.
shape.
That's exactly what it is.
But it's a nice mix between a Chips Ahoy regular and a Chips Ahoy soft.
Yeah, it's a little bite, a little snack.
It's got a little density, but it's still soft.
Yeah. Yeah, like a little baseball game.
Like
Two
if
packs.
See, I get more of like, I feel like it's like eating a piece of cookie dough.
Too cooked.
too cooked.
It's too cooked to be.
Yeah,
cookie
I don't
dough.
mean, yeah, not like, it's like almost like in between. Like
That's what I'm
a
saying.
baked cookie
Right.
and a cookie dough bite. Like, that's good though. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna save the.
They are good.
I ate almost that whole bag already.
You know what's be good in?
Those.
Just like a bowl of ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Throw these right in?
Dude, yes. That's a good idea.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
All right. Off to a good start.
Last thing I got, boys.
All right. Trio.
Now, you've seen lots of different
Beer?
flavors of soda,
Oh, soda.
They all suck.
Oh, yeah, beer.
I'm really trying to convert Robert with this pick.
He said,
This is 7-Up Tropical. Now, I only pick it because 7-Up has only had two flavors since I've been knowing 7-Up.
Oh, yeah.
Regular 7-Up
And cherry.
And cherry 7-Up.
Which is one of my favorite sodas all time.
And I love cherry 7-Up. So this is like their first new flavor in over a decade.
So this is peach mango is the tropical.
It does have peach and a mango on the front, so it's got a peach mango flavor. I think it's going to be really good. There's I brought one for everybody. A whole
I will
can.
say this.
Keep ourselves hydrated while we're doing the show.
I will say this.
Have you had one already?
Rachel bought a case of these.
Oh, okay. So
I'm gonna save. I love them. I'm gonna wait until everybody tastes theirs to tell them what.
she
You
bought a whole
gotta- you
cake.
gotta
She just
case
dove
of
right in.
Oh yeah, she was like, "Yep, let's
Tropical's
go."
probably good. I like tropical.
So I had to buy a whole 12-pack because I wanted to make sure everybody had $11 for a freaking 12-pack of soda. You've got to be shrooming.
You got to go at Kroger. You got to wait for the deals.
Now they
They're
had
crazy.
buy two get two free, but I don't need 4 cases of soda.
That's where we end up. Is we end up buying.
I don't
4
want all
cases
that
of
soda in the house.
You gotta hide it. You gotta
Okay.
like buy them and hide them.
But I will say before we taste it, I was hoping there was a soda back in the day called Sprite Remix. I'm hoping this tastes like Sprite Remix because it was like a
Tropical
shooting,
Sprite.
It was a shooting star.
Yep.
It showed up and then it was gone.
Yep.
So, cheers.
Cheers. So when I had the first one,
It's like
I was like, I can't drink it. I was like, when I tried the first one, I was like, I can't drink it. And then I was like, we ran out of sodas, all the other soda cases. I was like, all right, I'll drink one more.
cheers.
And I drank another one after that. It was like, by like the third one within a couple of days, I was like, dude, I love these. These are really good.
I like it. It's a good taste.
Sorry.
Tastes
Not
much like seltzer.
taste too much like seltzer.
I get that a little bit.
As far as like too fizzy or like,
Well, seltzer to me tastes like flat soda.
I gotcha.
So this tastes like flat peach mango.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna, I'll tell you right now, if I'm gonna drink peach mango, I'm gonna get a body armor.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had it.
I have. This is obviously they're completely different, but
Right.
I like this. This would be great because I find it to be because it's like full flavor soda.
Peach.
Just a little vodka to kind of just cut through that sweetness.
Yeah.
So a high
You know, just a nice
Right.
pairing. This would be a great mixer.
so a high noon.
I knew. Yep.
More vodka than a high noon. They put like a thimble in there, just enough to get it right to 5% ABV. But these are good. I enjoy this. 7-Up Tropical. They did have a zero sugar, but nah.
It's just coming. I don't see no money.
So
Yeah, that's like zero sugars. It's a slippery slope. Like I get it.
sometimes
Like
that fake
Would
flavor
it
can
just
be
taste even flatter?
worse.
there's only one like zero sugar that I drink, and it's the Lipton Diet Citrus
really-
sweet tea or Diet Citrus green
A lot of
tea.
sugar.
They're pretty good.
Mother.
It's really weird because flat
not
soda
to
is
drink
supposed
sugar.
to be no carbonation, right? Yet seltzer tastes like flat soda because it's all carbonate. It doesn't make any sense. It tastes. Seltzer is disgusting.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. I'm
No
not
seltzer.
a fan of seltzer.
They're
On
not
the
what
rise,
they
I just
taste
got my
like.
thing to
They're not my
update. I seen him in here. What's
That's what that
happening, bro?
tastes like to me.
Okay. All right. Well,
Solid.
I'll tell you right now,
Solid taste.
that thing tastes really good with some spicy Pringles.
I just did the combo.
Yeah,
I was
Very
about to
good.
say.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
digging
pass
it.
those down.
Yeah.
Try one with the
Yeah, I'm digging it.
tropical.
Yeah, a little tropical, a little
Cool it
nachos. I
off
feel
a
like
little bit.
I'm in Mexico already.
And so here's the
Yeah,
other
it'll
thing.
Cool it off a little bit.
Here's the other thing. So with my heart issue thing that I've been dealing with for the last couple months, not supposed to drink caffeine. They were
yeah.
like severely limit your caffeine, cut it out if you can.
Yep.
So
Caffeine.
caffeine free. Dude, I started drinking caffeine free Coke again. I haven't had that since I was a kid. Dude, it's delicious.
My grandma
Yeah,
used to
okay.
keep that stuff on
Yeah.
stock in like the copper,
Yep.
gold colored
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
it's still delicious. Tastes just like Coke.
Miller,
But I don't have to worry about
Miller
that.
Lite and caffeine free Coke is what she
But yeah, so although I will say, what was it? Last Saturday for this guy's birthday, we went to Texas Roadhouse, and I got a Dr. Pepper. It's the first Dr. Pepper I've had in like 2 months, and dude, it was like drinking crack. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that first sip, and I was like,
Dude,
It's about the same thing.
right, pretty much. But I probably drank 4 of those while I was sitting there. I was just like, can I get another one, please? Can I get another one?
I must have drank me about 18 Dr. Pepper.
we have to say Forrest Gump.
we talk about crack, dude. They offered a top shelf Long Island. I didn't know they had that choice.
Did
I
you
was
get
like,
it?
yes.
You can
of
get
course I
top
did.
shelf anything for
Well,
any drink. you
I
want.
usually just order Long Island and like I'll bring
Right.
it to you, but they're like regular or top shelf. I was like, top shelf. Of course.
It's only $9 extra.
Fuck it. That was my birthday.
Yeah, if you want to
You did, but
pay,
you're good.
If you're
think
okay
you
with
got it.
paying,
No, it
you can
was
get
like-
top shelf liquor on any drink you want, as long as you're okay paying for it.
The thing is, no, it was like a piece of styrofoam. The thing is, you got to be careful about asking for top shelf because different places have different top shelf.
Right. Take a look at their top shelf first and see what's
Like,
up there.
can I get like a top shelf and then all of a sudden you get like a double of like
$150 shot.
Johnny Walker Black and
You
Coke?
asked
Like,
for it.
whoa.
Yeah.
So you asked for it,
If it's a really good spot, like I'm really only going to drink top shelf. Really, like if I'm really doing it up, tequila or bourbon.
Yes.
And so it's really
Yes.
they're gonna send me they're gonna show me the
Bourbon.
list.
Tequila's worth it though. Like
Yeah.
you're,
Oh, God, yeah.
But bourbon's the same too.
Yep.
It's
Not
so
to get
smooth,
sidetracked,
man.
but I mean they're technically snacks, right?
Like
If you think
1800.
about it, there's weed in it.
Absolutely.
$1,800
So I do love a good high end bourbon,
Yes.
and it has some weight on me at the house when I
Yeah.
get home.
I was. Oh yeah.
That's our-
Yeah.
Well,
that's our shit
when
right here,
you
man.
come for
Eagle
the
Rare.
banquet, you get to taste a little bit of what I got in the decanter sitting at home that I got in Buffalo. It's called New Riff.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've heard New Riff.
Yeah.
115 proof. It's some strong, but it's
You're gonna make
good.
some fire water with that.
Oh, I might, but it's good. Yeah, we ended up for the Super Bowl. We ended up getting our bottle of Eagle Rare.
Oh.
Shout out my brother-in-law Evan for shipping me a bottle of Eagle Rare overnight from Denver, Colorado,
Let's
to get
go.
it here. By the time
Little bit of
shipping
money.
was paid for and the bottle, because it's a superstition with me. We've had a bottle through the whole
It's
playoff.
probably like $200.
It cost me $275 to get that
that was
bottle here.
very nice of him, but if he would have planned, he wouldn't have had to overnight it.
Well,
Yeah.
have you heard that story? No,
I haven't.
Well, because Rachel we had talked to him the night we talked to him. Had he shipped it, it would have been 2 days, and the shipping would have been like $60. But he wasn't able to get there that night after work. He had to go he waited till the next morning to go, and it was $200 and something to send it here.
Yikes.
And I'll tell you now. So we've had a superstition. We had a bottle of Eagle Rare all through the playoffs. NFC Championship, we finished that bottle at the end of the game. Put a cork in the bottle, put it back up on top of the fridge. It was gone. I ordered a bottle from a company and paid for shipping, expedited shipping, processing, everything, and they hosed me. I'm going to go ahead and say it for everybody who actually does any bourbon ordering online. Whiskeyandwhiskey.com. Do not recommend.
Whiskey and
Scam
whiskey.
website. Terrible service, awful business. But so
Now we
they
know.
sent me a message, or I kept sending them messages like, "Hey, I don't have a tracking number or anything," and they never sent me anything. And then finally, I get them on their message thing, and I get an email. It's like, "Hey, your order's been canceled." And at this point, it's like Thursday afternoon. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean my order's been canceled? So, yeah, we scrambled, but I'll tell you now, $275 for a bottle of Eagle Rare. And guess what?
worth
Today is
every
February the 25th, and
drop.
I haven't regretted it yet.
And the
Of
Eagles
course,
are
every-
still world champions.
Absolutely. But I'll tell you now, we drank almost that whole bottle that night, but I've got one solid whiskey on ice left in the bottle. We kissed the bottle, put the cork back in it,
For
and I
the
put
first
it up
preseason game.
for the opening game of the season.
First preseason game.
I don't know if I
No.
trust for preseason. I got to see the start
Calvin.
then.
Jerry Jones trying to push us first game of the year, how great it would be for television.
Well,
Y'all go play twice a year, whatever.
Yeah, but they
They'll
don't
put you on
usually
the
start
net.
the year against each other. That'd be cool.
No. Jerry Jones just wants to get us in it.
You
They
want
don't
to get
deserve that
money.
game.
He likes
They
money.
don't deserve that game.
They don't.
well,
Hey, they'll be healthy.
let's talk just a few minutes. I mean, it's a couple weeks ago. We missed some weeks here.
We missed a few weeks.
It was a big thing a couple weeks ago. Would have loved to have done a recap episode, but
Yeah, as non-Eagles fans.
you know, yeah, that's life. That's how it goes. At the end of the day, the Eagles have won the Super Bowl. The Eagles are 2-time Super Bowl champions. I have to say, and you know, I see Brent, I see like a smirk starting over there. Like, as not like obviously Eagles fans were excited that we win the Super Bowl. Although
so happy
I told Robert,
lost, aren't you?
I said the funny thing was
So
in 2018 when we won
So
our
happy.
first, Donnie was at the house and we're watching and the game's ending and we're cheering and screaming and it's over when we knew it was over. We're like hugging and
last
like
play.
jumping and everything. We're like, we won. This game. The game gets to the end of it and we're sitting there and it's like the game's over and it's like, we got it, man.
It's a
Super
little
Bowl champions.
anticlimactic, you know.
But it was like-
it was just a curb stomping.
But
It wasn't the game.
We
knew we were winning.
40-6. We were.
But we knew we were
drank the
winning
whole bottle of
3
Eagle
quarters
Rare
prior to
pretty
that.
much.
Like it was very clear in the beginning of the second quarter that one team did not show up.
So when the pick six, when Cooper took pick
Oh,
six,
man.
that's when I knew like Kansas City was really in the weeds, and y'all just stepped on their throat. Defensive line took over the game. If you can get pressure with just your front four,
No blitzing the whole game.
no, it's a nightmare. No,
Yeah.
there's not many quarterbacks who could do that. I mean, Chiefs offensive linemen.
Georgia boys.
Average all year, but you got a great quarterback there, and then they were not good this game. They got fucking mauled, and I enjoyed every second of it.
On the other side, Jalen Hurts had all the time in the world to do whatever
And he
he
did.
wanted.
Yes, he did.
The one time I was telling Ray, the one time that he had pressure on him, he threw an interception.
Yep, you're right.
And so yeah, you win the line of scrimmage, you win the game. That's how it generally works. Eagles were dominant on both sides of the ball. Absolute curb stomping. Even though Saquon didn't have the great rushing yards,
They bottled him up. I'll give it to them. They bottled him up.
They said,
They got a
Saquon,
good rush defense.
you're not going to beat us. Jalen Hurts is.
Yep.
He was more than ready to
Exactly.
meet the challenge, and he did. And seeing the Chiefs just so sad on their sidelines, it made me I was
healthy, crying.
Now I feel like the wrong birds won.
No Taylor
The wrong
Swift.
birds won because I wish the Ravens were in there. But
No Taylor
I was
Swift
an
the
Eagles
whole
fan
game.
that
You
day,
noticed? Maybe once
and
or
it
twice.
made me feel extra good.
Yeah, well, the panoramic picture that they showed,
The one where they're all going down the bench,
just a whole line
and
of
they're all
bench, and
sitting like
everyone
this.
just
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't
That
watch
was-
the
yeah,
whole
you were
second half.
not by that time.
hanging in the
It wasn't a
loop,
good
hanging in
game.
the
I wasn't
loop.
interested in
Well,
it.
and that was the thing is like so many people
I didn't.
are like, all I want to see is a good game. Like, I don't want to see Kansas City win. I just want to see a good game. And I love seeing a good football game. This was one time when people were like, well, I want to see a good game. I was like, I don't.
No.
I want to see
Oh,
total
the week
domination.
before.
No, I wanted to see Kansas City win, but I would have kept watching the game if it was a good game, even if the Eagles did win
Yeah.
or were winning. It just wasn't interesting. So I
Right.
went and played Minecraft because that was interesting.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I will say one thing that I noticed during when Cooper DeJean picked six the ball, and I've watched that highlight. That's probably my favorite
so many
highlight of the whole
times,
game.
man.
But listening to the crowd, there was analysts in the days after that were when they'd show highlights and stuff, and they were like, this game sounded like it was in Philadelphia, like it was at the Link.
They were
When he
louder.
caught the ball, like it didn't. I was like, that sounds like an entire crowd of Philadelphia fans.
Yes.
But
that's awesome.
that was, we joked about it at work. Me and some guys was like, so Cooper DeJean, rookie cornerback, you're in the Super Bowl and you catch a pick six as a rookie cornerback on your birthday.
On your birthday, dude.
You might as well hang him up after
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
that's
never
right.
going to be as
I don't
cool
think-
as that ever again.
Maybe hopefully for you guys, but
Yeah.
that's a pick six on your birthday.
he's
On your
incredible,
birthday,
man.
pick six Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's been a lockdown corner all year. It wasn't just this game. He was locking down number one guys all year since he
But-
got that role as a slot corner. So
70
He's been dominant.
70 targets on Cooper DeJean all year. 70 targets, 0 touchdowns allowed.
well. We could sit here and glaze Cooper DeJean all night, but if when the Super Bowl was like 2 weeks ago, you zoom out, Eagles moving forward. Like I know you're feeling really good. Do you think it's the start of something like not? I don't want to say a dynasty, but like a 2 and 3, like if they can keep this core kind of
Georgia
group
boys?
together.
All these
I don't know what
Georgia
their
boys?
free agent class looks like. They probably have some guys they need to re-sign, but I know they got a lot of guys locked up.
Zach Bond is the big one right now.
Milton Williams.
And I've been seeing on Twitter and a couple other places that it looks like right now the Eagles are trying to iron out a 3-year, $40 million extension with Zach Bond.
He
That would
deserves
be
every
huge.
penny. Man. He deserves every penny.
Yeah, I mean, for that guy in particular, a good move by the GM to get this guy up basically at the Saints practice squad.
Yes.
And turn him into all-pro linebacker. That's coaching.
Look
Yeah.
at Mekhi
That
Becton, man.
scheme, that's
Off
Vic
the Jets.
Fangio, it's all those things. So I hope the man gets paid, but if like middle linebacker's your biggest hole that you got to fill, you're doing okay.
Is Fangio staying? Is he still there?
I believe he is.
He is. Thank
Now,
God.
who did they promote? I still know they promoted some guy,
He was in-house.
and I know it was in-house.
He was,
Yeah.
he was the quarterback coach.
Well, you
He
knew they
worked
weren't going to
with-
give so late. You know,
He
they
had
weren't
worked
gonna
with
get anybody
Kellen
work,
all
so.
year, so it's somebody that's been in the organization, so it's not some random guy.
I did see today news coming out of the NFL Combine because GMs get together. The Packers are trying to initiate
ban,
legislation
the
or a
tush-push.
motion to get rid of the tush push. Now, you would think that's mainly an Eagles thing, but the Ravens do also run a variant
Mark
of the tush
Andrews
with
ran
Mark
it.
Andrews.
Yeah, and
So
I think
Bills-
the Bills ran it.
Bills
yeah,
too.
With Josh
Not
Allen.
effectively,
They were
but they tried it.
unsuccessful.
But they tried. And the
The
thing
Chiefs
was,
stopped us a few times. You remember that
Yeah.
game? They stopped us on the tush push on 3rd and 1.
So they're trying to get rid of that. That's a whole nother. I don't think they will.
I just don't see it because it's not like one team has an advantage because no
Yes.
one else can do it. Everyone has that ability. I think that teams now will start, if they're smart, I think coaches, these OCs, need to start these guys in training for this play. It needs to be a core part of these teams. I mean, it's the
People are
game
mad because
evolves.
it's dominant.
It evolves.
It's dominant.
And as the game evolves, you have to evolve with it. And I think that's to me, that's what I kind of chuckled when I saw it with Green Bay, was because it was like Green Bay had a hard time stopping it. And they were talking about they tried it a couple times through the year with no success. And it was like, well, you have to have a great offensive line to really have that success. We have a great offensive line. And you need the players to be very well versed on this. They need to know exactly what to do,
Right.
where to push, how to push, variations of what they can do. We've got it down because we've been doing it for years. Other teams, they just need to do the same thing, and they can do it as well. It is an almost impossible play to stop. It really is.
Right.
If you're 4th and inches, 4th and 1, your percentage on that's got to be in the high 60s, low 70s at least to make that play happen.
Even Sirianni just said today, though, when everybody was barking about it, including Sean McDermott, who ran it against the Chiefs like 3 times, he was saying we practice hard to perfect that play, like you were saying, and the O-line works hard. We just happen to have one of the best O-lines, too, to top it all off.
Maybe the best.
People hate on it because it works.
Maybe the best.
But I can see them taking it out. It was a rule that you couldn't do it before. So I could see them taking it.
I think we'll be fine
taking
if
it
they
out.
do.
and I think a lot of people forget
like
that.
I said, it's just the QB sneak is going to be the same thing. The push isn't that much of a difference.
I don't think it is.
It isn't that.
No.
So who cares?
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. I don't think they're going to ban it, but they'll try.
But yeah, I think a lot of people forget that that was a rule just a few years ago, not that long ago, that you could not have guys behind you pushing you. And then when that rule changed, to me, that was something Philly did. Was the moment the rule changed, they were like, "Hey,
advantage of
let's take over short yardage situations.
Yep.
Let's do it. Take over 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s. Take over the game." And I mean, that's been a big key to our success. There's no denying it. Even as an Eagles fan, people who hate that play, I'm like, no, we do it. We do it well, and we have a lot of success. We've won games, I feel like, off of drives that scored that we kept alive by doing this play.
Remember, Jalen Hurts squats more than anyone in the NFL. Saquon squats more than anyone in the NFL. So those are 2 guys also pushing behind the best O-line. So, like, you can hate all you want. It's about groping talent. I mean, we have the best guys to do the play. So.
Well, unfortunately, the season is over. Season is over.
More football.
The long off season.
To XFL.
Well, see,
Maybe I was telling Brent I had a hot take that these coming up months are my favorite sports time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spring training.
We got to get to March.
I like March Madness about to come
We're
up.
there.
College basketball.
We're there. We're like 3 days away. We're there.
I know,
We're there.
but conference championship week, heading into.
See, I'm not even talking about college basketball because I could care less about March Madness really this year.
don't like it?
It's the end of the
Blasphemy.
regular season of the NHL going into the playoffs, which is the best playoffs in my opinion, and the start of baseball season.
No, and
right,
they're right
I
there.
agree
It's all right
with that.
there. But we got a couple. We're almost through it.
No, the baseball season has started. We're already in spring
Yeah,
training.
come
The
on,
games
man.
are
Spring
starting. It's starting.
It's baseball.
And it's the final
It is
25
technically the Braves
games.
beat the Red
Madness.
Sox today.
It's the
spring
final
training.
25 games of the regular season, so we're there.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to say we are forgetting one thing.
What?
Like, yeah, football, the season's over, but don't forget, man, we've got the UFL, man.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
The UFL isn't totally bad if like you're lazy on a Sunday, maybe hungover, and you're just like
Just miss it.
It's kind
Yeah.
of it's football
I just
light.
wanna watch.
You know, it's like Nicorette patches. Like you need to like stage them down.
Right.
I'm ramping down off football So just a little, just to get me through. Just to get me
That does
through.
nothing for me.
And
I mean,
and you think, to me, the way I see it is I'm like, look, we still have the fantasy football banquet. That's in a couple, or 3 weeks into March. That'll be that's got something to do with football. Then you got the draft. By the time the draft's over, that time in between there and the season, you've got by that time you're getting close to Stanley Cup, aren't you? Near the late April.
It's late April, second round.
But I mean,
Maybe.
so you're in the playoffs at that point, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got that. Baseball is geared up by that point. I'm like, sports is awesome.
yeah, that's why we do the show.
Yeah.
That's why we do the show.
Well, I mean, like
And
snacks.
the
man.
snack.
But yeah, I mean, and with that, I'd like to give the farewell to the 24-25
Adios.
season. I'm like, it was a great season. I enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. A lot of stuff to talk about this year. We had a lot of topics on the NFL this year. There was a lot going on.
Yep.
Playing in Brazil, opening up at a new stadium that nobody had ever played football at, like even if it was a
was
garbage
trash.
turf, like,
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean, yeah, the MVP race, how tight that ended up being. Like, I know that was a tough one. It was a crazy season, and for us to win, because I'm like, we have a great team. It's one of those things that, like, you've seen your team be great and drop the ball big time at the end.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so it's
No,
like,
wait. We're losing horribly in the playoffs. That's basically what the Ravens do. God.
Don't remind him.
God.
But moving forward, there's a lot of cool things coming up. We got the NFL Combine. Anything in particular you guys are looking to see in the Combine? I feel like
The only thing I
won't see anything.
I won't watch it, but
Minecraft.
the only thing that will really pique my interest if maybe like someone breaks like a combine record, like an offensive lineman does a rep record if someone breaks the 40-yard. But
Yeah.
if I hear a little blurb like that, but that's pretty much people only want to see like the headlining guys perform, and a lot of them are saying they're not going to do it.
Yeah,
so
kinda shitty.
it's really a space where guys who are maybe looked at as like a 5th or 6th round, 4th round guy do really well at the combine, create a little buzz for himself, maybe get maybe a team that wasn't thinking about interview him. So
Yeah.
but other than that, it's
or maybe bump
For
up
sure.
a couple spots, in the draft.
It's
help the
guys
draft
running
stock
around
a
in
little
gym
bit.
shorts, jumping around. And
Yeah.
these guys are all athletic freaks, so you just get to a guy.
But guys like the top guys, they have nothing to gain, everything to lose by doing the combine.
Yeah.
That's why they don't do
They're-
bowl games.
People, you've seen them play. You know what they can do. You've ranked them where you've ranked them. They're going to go high in the draft. Why should they go to the combine and risk the chance of you seeing something that makes them go, no, I don't think I want them, actually.
So like the quarterback drills at the Combine, you can throw 12 dots 40 yards downfield and hit these guys, but if you miss one that's an easy throw, it's more likely
Right.
that you're going to have a coach be like, but he missed the easy one."
Right.
Instead of looking at the 12 dots he threw
Yeah.
downfield. I get that for sure. Like you're gonna garner more negativity off the bad
Than
stuff
you're
than you'll
gonna
ever
get
get
anything
positive.
positive.
Yeah, so I do get that. And honestly, the pro day to me, the pro day is kind of the same. Like you're going to have things at your pro day that your coaches and team are going to center
It's a
around.
controlled environment
Exactly.
with your guys.
That's the big thing.
It's
But I will say, when Josh Woodrum, it was really cool in that situation. Like Donnie played with Josh Woodrum at Cave Spring. It was cool to see him on ESPN as one of the 4 quarterbacks doing quarterback drills.
Sure.
That was awesome.
If
to
you
see.
know people and it is cool to see that, but like it means nothing to me as a fan.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what they do at the combine.
Yeah.
I really
Because you don't even know who to root for, because it's going to be like, oh, that guy's good. And
Even
you
if
see him
they
go to a
do-
team that you hate, you're like,
Right.
fuck.
Even if they do something really great at the combine, does a 40-yard dash translate to you being good at
That's
football?
Darius Hayward Payne.
No, it doesn't.
Xavier Worthy,
Does a
though. He had a pretty
3-cone
good year.
drill translate into you being
Broke
a
the
good
all-time
football
record.
player?
Yeah.
No. Now, if you are a really good football player, you're probably going to have a good 40 time or a good 3. But because you have a good 3-cone drill doesn't mean you're worth a shit.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. It's it's time for the GMs and the owners to gather around and circle jerk each other for
Pretty
a while.
much.
And
Pretty
yeah, and
much,
they're working trades and stuff too. They're talking about on draft day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know.
And you got it's mock draft season too.
Yeah.
Mel Kiper came out with his number 2 today.
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
The only one I only
Been
saw
waiting
like
for that one.
I know I only saw like the first.
Kiper.
I only saw the first 10, but they had the Cowboys taking Genty from Boise State.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a good fit.
That's the only one I saw.
Like,
Top
yeah, it'd
10.
be a good fit.
And then they had he had Shedeur Sanders going to the Jets at 9.
Jets at 9. Wow. Bless you.
Nah, hell no. They won't let him go that far.
Second one.
Sorry,
The follow-up.
Spike got me.
So what's Mel got number 1?
I
Cam?
don't have to look it up. Let me effort it.
My bet is going to be
Travis.
the defensive end from Penn State.
Abdul.
Abdul.
Carter, yeah.
Abdul Carter.
Number 1 overall.
That's my number one. In my
When's the
He's
la-
insanely good.
When's the last time a DN went number 1?
I don't even know.
That's cool though.
I mean,
Clowney.
Yeah, Clown.
yeah. Yeah. Golly, that was
JJ was top 10. TJ was like top 15.
He's my best player
Who's
Yeah,
that?
they're-
in the
Abdul.
draft. Abdul Carter.
Okay, they got him at 1.
He's
Tennessee.
incredible. Yeah.
Cam Ward at 2 to the Browns.
Yeah.
Oh, golly.
Well,
Poor Cam.
Travis Hunter to the Giants at 3. Patriots
Oh,
take a
wow.
tackle. Patriots take a
I would
tackle.
love him.
Jacksonville takes a defensive tackle. Genty is 6 to the Raiders
Ooh.
in a trade.
Ooh.
Jets at 7. Shedeur Sanders.
Man.
Panthers take a linebacker, and then
going there.
Tyler Warren, Penn State to the Saints. Last of the top 10, another tackle. So
Tyler Warren at 10.
Wow. That's a reach.
It's crazy.
That's
Predicted though, right?
they've
Mel,
got
yeah.
a defensive tackle for you guys, which is weird. Like, and then
Why not keep
they got
stacking?
us taking a safety.
I bet we get another Georgia boy.
Maybe.
I just don't see that at all.
And I think that's going to a lot of that's going to change when trades start moving around. Guys start, these GMs start communicating a lot.
Dallas at 12 taking Omari and Hampton from USC.
I just if you're taking a tight end at 10, he better be Brock Bowers.
Right.
I do not see Warren being
Even
up to Brock Bowers' caliber.
even when Brock Bowers got
good.
taken,
He's good.
He's
He's
great.
pretty
But
good this year.
when he got drafted, when the Raiders picked him, I was like, wow, that was a huge
I
reach.
didn't
Right.
have that. I didn't think it was a reach. I thought it was a great pick.
I thought he was good, but I didn't know he. But again, I underestimate him. He was way better than I
Yeah.
thought.
I thought he was the best player on the board, but the year before they had taken the kid out of Notre Dame, Meyer.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, but they got a
wasn't
year
even the
of
Raider,
mock.
but they're like, holy crap, this guy fell to us.
Right.
We're gonna take him.
They
Yeah.
had to.
Well,
But that's the drama of the draft.
that is. I do love draft day. I do.
I like fantasy draft day in our league a little bit better than the NFL draft.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I will
Round
say-
1 draft day.
Yeah, round 1. Yes, yes. I will say the movie draft day. I always like to watch that.
I've only seen one.
It's a pretty good movie. I like that movie. It's
It's the Browns. I can't.
yeah. I mean,
I know they're not going to run as well as Kevin Costner makes it look. They are a fucking shit show.
I heard there's a ridiculous. I haven't seen it either, but I heard there's a ridiculous scene at the end. Basically, how he's in Cleveland and makes a decision and gets on a plane and is able to fly to New York City, get to Radio City Music Hall before the pick is made or something. It was like this,
pick
like
is
this great. Costner's able to get on the plane, fly to New York, and like
yeah.
All right,
in
Clark Kent, I'm ready.
in
Take
like
me,
4
Superman.
picks or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Now I will say
Yellowstone,
the first round does take like 30 minutes in between every pick,
Yeah.
so maybe that's possible.
maybe. But yeah, no,
You
I'm
couldn't just go to New York first and then just use a fucking phone.
right.
They got something for that. They got
Bro,
something for that.
FaceTime. Well, let's move on from football. As much as I hate to say it, let's move away from football.
That's all right. Adios. See ya. And
Good
see ya in August.
Let's talk about
Good run.
some hockey.
Hockey.
Let's talk about some hockey.
Okay.
4 nations.
Awesome. rave review.
Talk to me.
30,000.
Talk
Like
to
if I'm
me.
just looking out.
10 out of 10.
Those are big games to watch, man.
4 thumbs up.
Something that like an all-star, because it's technically an all-star break, right? Taking those guys, putting their country's colors on them, and including U.S. and Canada, that because you know there's a rivalry there, and a rivalry between the other two. It made a quick tournament that was high intensity. The one thing you've noticed about like NBA, NFL, not necessarily in MLB, but some guys, they're just kind of slacking, you know. These guys make a lot, and it's because they make a ton of money, and their owners don't want them to get hurt. So we're gonna go have you jump rope. We're gonna have you do these dunk contests, even though Mac McClung is gonna do it. It's just like all this other stuff. But these hockey players, they went with their country's pride, went out there and they played their ass off. The intensity was, it felt almost like a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like it was right there with it. These guys were skating hard, and you know they wanted to win. The four nations were USA, Canada, Sweden, and Finland, right? So lots of, and, you know, Russia excluded for obvious reasons, but
What reasons?
I mean, I don't know. But Russia,
Reasons.
Russia not that great. Russia not that great. So
No, I don't know.
their hockey players are great.
Russia might have won it all.
Their
Russia.
hockey players are great. But it was so much fun to watch because the guys were really skating hard. The high level hockey. And there's a couple leagues here in America that just take a couple notes.
Yeah.
It's hard to create. You can't. It's unfair to criticize the other leagues because of what the NHL just did. The other leagues can't create. The NFL for sure cannot recreate what the NHL just did. There's only Americans, pretty much. There's not enough to put, and it's just different. The NBA, you could. I still don't
Like a
think
USA versus the world or something.
I still don't think that NBA players are going to care about an exhibition game in the middle of the season if it was USA versus the world like that. I don't think they're going to. They can't even care about getting into a regular season game all the time. So they can't get it recreated. And when they announced this Four Nations tournament, I was like, okay. That's cool. That's an idea. Nobody knew what to expect going into this. The media, everybody going into this, nobody knew. We were like, what are we getting out of this? What is this? What is this Four Nations? And then the Canada Sweden game. That was the first game. And they came out, and you could tell, okay, these guys are playing. These guys are playing hockey. It didn't have the full intensity of Canada, USA, but you could tell that they're trying. They are really.
This was not a.
They're trying to win this game.
Yeah.
So then it went into the U.S. Finland, and it was again. They were trying. So then the first game against Canada came, and it was like, okay, we're gonna get trying. And McDavid scored really early, and then immediately McAvoy comes and lays McDavid out. And this is an exhibition all-star game where he just comes and clocks him out within a minute, twice, knocks him off on his ass. And the USA said that the bench, that guy, like everyone was like, let's go. Let's get it going. And USA, they ended up taking the lead, and they didn't turn back. And the intensity just amped up from there, which led into the championship when they played. And he said it was up to par with a playoff game. It was probably more intense than any playoff game you're going to get. It was amazing how much those guys cared.
See that Team USA, they hear Team USA, they're just like, okay.
Part of what led to that,
this is Stars and Stripes.
Part of what led to that is it's been 11 years now since we've had best on best in hockey.
Yeah.
Because the Olympics has not had NHL players in it since 2012. Because it's in the middle of the Olympics is in the middle of the season, so they have to take a break, like they do. Instead of having an all-star game those years, they take a 2-week break and they send the NHL players to the Olympics. So the NHL has taken a break from that. Well, they have announced, this was even before the Four Nations tournament happened, that starting next year, NHL players will be back in the Olympics. And then every 2 years in between the Olympics, they are going to bring back the World Cup of Hockey back. So we're going to have international hockey.
Okay.
And I will warn you, it's going to be different.
Yeah,
This is the
sure.
This was put on by the NHL, so it was on an NHL rink, which is smaller. It is which suits Team USA much more than it does Team Canada, because we're bigger, we hit more, like we're more physical. It compacts the space. We're able to get those hits. In the international, like in Olympics and everything, it's a much bigger ice. The finesse skill players have a much easier time because there's more space.
Yeah,
it's harder to get those hits. So it's gonna be harder in the Olympics and stuff. But yeah.
Well, so I want to talk about what you just said about being on smaller because it suits Team America because of the physicality. Let's talk about the physicality at the beginning of this Canada-USA game. I've watched, my fair share of hockey. I watched a couple of games. That was one of them during the Four Nations. Let's talk about a team setting the tone right out of the gate by being like, dude, you know what? Let's just throw down.
Throw hands right now.
Let's just throw down.
Yeah.
Like, all I could think of was that movie Goon. Like, before the puck even drops, how it's like the dude looks at him, he's like, hey, you want to go? Like, yeah, okay. And then as soon as the puck drops, just boom, gloves off. Yep. That, to me, I was like, that was one of the most hype things I've seen in a hockey game.
Within 90 seconds, there were 3 fights.
Yeah.
And they said after the game, Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, and JT Miller, they were all in a group chat before the game talking about, like,
we're gonna do this. That's badass. Yeah, dude, that's so awesome.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. The championship game was fun. You know, watching that was
it was great hockey.
It was a great game. Went to overtime. Yeah, the one takeaway from that is just I feel like USA just kind of let that one slip through. They had a lot of good looks. They had a lot of good shots.
That was the goalie.
But the goalie for Canada was just standing on his head there in overtime. He got peppered there for the first part. About 5 or 6 very good saves in a row, and then we have a miscue on the back end. Then McDavid's left all alone with our goalie, and it was.
And you wanna. It's hard to blame Austin Matthews and say like, "Oh, you blew it," because if it wasn't for Bennington, he's Captain America and he's the hero because he had 3 chances to get in overtime to score the game winner, and they were great chances, and Bennington just saved him. But in that situation, Marner is coming up the boards and he has a guy trailing him. You cannot leave Connor McDavid to go chase the puck.
Yeah.
You can't do it. He's wide open right in front of the goal. You can't do it. That was tough.
He was saying that
I saw the pass. I go, no.
Well, that when they get down there to make that, he was saying he called it that first, like, if they get down there, Canada's goalie was looking so good. It was like, if they get down there to us,
as soon as they get a shot.
Yeah, we were hitting them so hard. It's like they're gonna get quick little counter punch, catch us off guard. It's exactly what happened.
Well, they are the way more skilled team. They have the 4 best players in the world. Cale Makar, the best defenseman in the world. Now, I will say, the ranking of being best defenseman is skewed because most of the time it's the defenseman that has the most points when they may not be the true best defenseman. The guy who was the best defenseman in that tournament was Slavin for USA. He was locked down. He isn't going to put up points.
Not to make a joke, but he was really working back.
He is going to lock people down. Well, Cale Makar is he's like a fourth forward on the ice, and he's like the best defenseman. He's going to provide points. Nathan McKinnon is like another Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is Connor McDavid. He runs work. And Sidney Crosby is still Crosby. He had like the most points, I think, on their team on Canada for the tournament. They've got the best players in the world, but we have a more physical team. We have talented players. It's just not to that.
Yeah,
it's not to that skill level.
I hope we get another crack at him at some point.
So is this an every year thing now? Have they announced- no.
They'll never do the Four Nations again.
Oh, really?
It's going to alternate every 2 years.
Like I said, next year, in place of the All-Star game, in place of this, it'll be the Olympics. The year after that, it'll probably be another All-Star game. They're not going to switch it up. And then the year after that, it'll be World Cup. All-Star game, Olympics, All-Star game, World Cup.
So I didn't know if maybe they would because
That's my guess.
it was very, dude, it was very well received from, everybody I work with that doesn't even watch hockey was watching this. It was.
But I do think,
did great
like I
numbers.
said, part of that
Ratings.
was because it's been 11 years since we've seen these teams go against each other, like the best of the
Good on
NHL
good, yeah.
players. If they're going against each other every other year in the Olympics and the World Cup, how much are they going to really care about it is an exhibition game. It means nothing. That is the same as taking an all-star game trophy. Like, it's not an Olympic gold. It's not a World Cup, are they really going to care about that every other year in between Olympics and World Cup like they did this year? Probably not. Like, this was a flash in the pan, just a mix of everything coming together and making a great show. I just don't see it coming together like that again.
Yeah.
Well,
And the best part about the whole tournament, there wasn't a single Capitals player. They all went on vacation to cut. The only team in the league without a player represented in the Four Nations, and they have the best record in the league, and they just went on vacation to rest up for the rest of the season. It's pretty great. And then they came out and scored 15 goals on Saturday within 24 hours on Saturday and Sunday in 2 games. 8 and 7.
Pittsburgh and Edmonton caught it in the.
Yeah.
You know what?
fresh legs.
They enjoyed their vacation.
Fresh legs.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, got hockey going on now. Unfortunately, I have announced this year as
I
Sabres
told
fan.
you when you announced.
I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh, you signed up for a life of pain.
it's okay. You know what? I mean, it's all good.
They got called out by Spit and Chicklets guys too. Their best player on the Tage Thompson got laid out in the middle of the ice, and not a single
bad.
player was to be seen. They just skated by, like nobody came to defend him.
No, that's
nobody
fight. You
did
gotta start a
anything.
fight.
They were like,
Yeah.
"You got these. What a worthless group of your best player. No wonder nobody wants to play for you. You can't keep a player. Nobody wants to play for you. You can't. No one's gonna defend him." And they started telling stories. They were like. I am one of the guys. He's not big. He was like, Crosby gets laid out. He was like, I'm walking up to somebody. He goes, I don't want to fight him, but I have to. He just laid out
you start
Crosby.
fighting.
I have to. It's something you have to do. You protect your players.
Yeah, as a non-hockey fan, I definitely enjoy. I mean, I'm not a non-hockey fan. I just don't watch it as much, obviously, as other sports. I understand it. I respect it. I watched every minute of every game that I could. And it was something that I actually wanted to tune into because it's different than watching an NBA game or, all these fucking games that just look kind of like they're half-assing it. All game like those guys, every second of every game, they wanted to win that top prize. They wanted to go all out, and they didn't care if they lost a few teeth and had 100 bruises, bumps, and broken bones, whatever. But yeah, it was awesome to watch, and I really liked Subban's speech at the end of it. And he was talking to ESPN. He was like, "NBA, take notice. This is what you have to do to get recognition. You just have to put your best players out there and let them go all out. Let them prove why they're fucking all-stars, dude."
But that's not. I don't think that's on the NBA.
No,
That's on the players.
yeah.
It's the
Go
players'
all
fault.
out.
It's not the
That's what he was
organization.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, we're putting them out there. You don't see these guys half-assing and trying just to get whatever goal.
Right.
They're grinding for every puck handle, every goal, every.
Yeah,
the game.
I
It was-
agree. That's
it was
not on
awesome.
the NBA organization.
No.
That's on the players. The players need to do it.
Ever since Kobe died, they said the year after Kobe died, stuff just changed because he was like the last year he played.
Yeah.
He was locking down LeBron. Anyone he played against, he was locking him down. He was truly showing I'm the best.
Well, and Kobe pushed players to be the best version.
You're
of
not going to
themselves
half
that
pass
they could.
against me. You're going to get blocked.
Yeah.
Stolen. Like, he's going to do it every possession.
And I'm happy that it got eyes on hockey. I do think, like, I would hope that it would bring people into the sport, but I know it's going to be hard for people to watch that game and then go and watch a regular season, which is still good. Like, it's still good hockey, but they went right into regular season hockey. It's not even regular season into playoff hockey is just they're two different games pretty much. It's a different season. So going from that game to watching regular season, I could see where some people would be like, well, this isn't the same as that. No, it's not. Just get to April. Get to watch this way and then really get to April. And
it's not a sprint. You got to save your body for the end of
But see, that's the thing. Hockey players don't. It's not that they're saving their body. It's just the intensity of the game is a little different. But they're still putting their body on the line.
Yeah.
It's just a little different. It's hard to explain.
Wait,
but
are you saying it's not a sprint, it's a marathon? Well, because I sprint marathons.
whole sprint.
No, it was very enjoyable. Like I said, I only got to catch a couple games. I did catch some of the final, the last game. Yeah, USA Canada. I feel like that's a rivalry that's just.
I'm not
This
gonna
was
lie,
the
dude.
perfect stage.
I was getting chills because in overtime it was tied, and they showed the speech from Miracle with the team. I was getting a little bit of chills, and then dude, they just came out.
But this is one thing where
this made me crazy. I like that movie.
This is one time I'm agreeing with Dave Portnoy. I hate that I don't like that they played that.
You don't?
That speech. It has nothing to do with this game. It doesn't even reflect the scenario. He says in the speech, "You play this team 10 times, they're gonna win at 9." Well, we just beat them the other game, so I guess that means we're gonna lose. Like, we're not the same underdog going into this game. We just beat this team. Like, it's a different speech. It's not like
that part of it. Yeah.
So, but at the same time, most people are casual hockey fans, and they know the Miracle on Ice. They know that movie. They can relate to that. So it's easy that's an easy one to play. But I get it. But it doesn't match the scenario.
Oh man. Well, I know, like, last year I didn't get a chance to really watch a lot of hockey playoffs. Hearing you guys talk about it, I watched a little bit here and there, but at the same time, I didn't have a team. So I feel like even if my team that I picked,
you won't have a team in the playoffs.
No, not in the playoffs.
Not this year.
Not for a few years. It looks like I don't mean in the playoffs, but I mean. To me, it's hard to be a fan of a sport, like to go all in, if you don't even have a team that you're willing to rep. And so to me, that was like, hey, I want to get into hockey a little more than what I've been. It'd be easier, whether they're in the playoffs or not, it'd be easier to watch a lot more if I just pick a team and I'm like, hey, let's do this. And honestly, spending time up in Buffalo for Christmas, it was awesome. That really kind of brought, like, everybody up there. Even you would think when you go to Buffalo, you would think the Sabres are like 7-time Stanley Cup winning team over the last 7 years.
They are record setting.
I just looked at because I was thinking, I was like, dude, I really can't remember the last time they were in the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs since 2010, 2011. Setting the all-time record for the longest postseason appearance drought in NHL history at 13 seasons, and tying the Jets for the longest active postseason drought across all major.
They're brutal. They're going to set the record.
And you're right. I don't see it happening in the anytime.
Let's go Buffalo.
I mean, seriously, that is like.
But you're right. They are the type of, like, they don't care. It's there.
They're just there to have a good time.
And I can appreciate that.
They just want to see some fights, a couple goals, get drunk, go home.
Yeah. And the games they win mean that much more to me.
Right.
So, I'm like, it is what it is. I don't mind rooting for the underdog. It's, but,
It's between an underdog and a doormat.
Damn.
Seriously.
I will say Tage Thompson.
stomp.
Tage Thompson is a fabulous player. He is great.
Yeah,
If they can build around him, if they can keep him and build around him, they have a chance.
Yeah,
but
they're gonna have to prop him up like Weekend at Bernie's and get his ass kicked every game.
But I thought the
And
same
Buddy's
thing
gonna
about
come help
Eichel, and then they were like, nope, it's taking too long, not working, and then it starts working for Vegas, and he played pretty good for USA too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Hockey. Woo. But no, I do plan on watching a lot more playoff this year because I just seen the excitement you guys had watching them last year, like watching the playoffs last year. And yeah,
Be
it's
fun.
an exciting time. And it helps, like, to me, again, even if the team I root for does suck, it helps bridge the gap between.
It does. You
know.
have to have some rooting interest.
Yeah, most
What
definitely.
we got next?
Well, right now, as Robert said earlier, spring training games just began. Got Major League Baseball on the cusp of starting. We've got basically a month.
Optimism is
And
A
high.
lot of drama in Boston.
Man,
A lot of drama.
I played
play
third
I
base.
played third base.
I played third base. Not very good, but I played third base.
games are just a chance for guys to get out there, shake the rust off, get some guys in some positions, get them on the field. I do know that Fanatic Sportsbook is apparently not up right now, so that kind of sucks for what I was going to do. I do know
We
that
were looking at it a little bit the other.
Ronald Acuna, which to me, that's a big deal.
Trevor Story.
He's saying that he feels better now than he did at this stage off his last injury, and that he feels like he'll be ready to go at 100% very, very soon. The stories I had heard a few months ago was that Spencer Strider had come along really well in his rehab
gonna
assignment,
start?
and that he was going to be ready for
He's
week
gonna start
one,
in the no.
and he's not.
Few
He's not
weeks.
even
It'll
going to
be
be
like-
ready.
Really?
Yeah, he won't be ready.
I thought they might start him on the 60-day IL.
Nah.
Just to
They haven't announced an IL stint for it, but I know that
might.
he's not going to be ready for opening day, and I have serious
he
concerns.
did get hurt really early in the year last year.
He did, and they said it was not a full tear.
Yeah, thank God. It wasn't full Tommy John.
Yeah, but they also said that, like, I've read reports that were like his 99 is gone. Like, you won't see the 99. You might see 95, 96, but they were like his 99 after
The
surgery
gas is gone.
will be gone.
So he's not going to be a strikeout guy. Unless he's just
He'll
got
be a strikeout guy. He just won't be a
He can still be
fastball guy.
He can get a change up or add a pitch.
Dude, his curveball that he had started using last year before he got hurt, that curveball was nasty, dude.
He's
It
getting
was,
better at his other pitches.
But-
his off speed is breaking pitches.
and that's the thing. And the thing is, he's too young to have to transition into working those heavy off speeds. But at the same time, he's a smart pitcher. He's got great stamina. At least he did before surgery. So we'll see what happens after. He has the ability to come back and change his pitching style a little bit and still be a very, very effective starting pitcher.
Yeah, I'm ready to see Acuna.
And you never know, you get him in a couple seasons, take it really easy, like play him smart, make sure he's not trying to pitch gas. Maybe 2 seasons in or something, that arm is fully healed. Maybe you do start seeing 97, 98 on the speed trap again. But right
Just
now,
want him to be
that's
healthy.
to me that's the last thing you should worry
I'm
about
not
is
worried.
trying
Remember
to
when he
hit.
got hurt, we had a big discussion about, this
The velocity was already dropping before he
just
got hurt.
throwing the gas and
Yeah, but that's
rotations
not
per
gonna
minute and all that
change.
sort of this stuff. So
But that's not going to change because that's what the MLB is looking for. So that's what kids
Yeah.
are trying to do to get.
I mean-
and I've heard there's a trend going now where people are trying to tear their UCL before they even get like before 18. They're trying to have Tommy John before.
That is the craziest shit I've ever
why
heard.
would you do that?
because it's
Yeah.
more it's strong like
You think it's watch
it
Rookie of
will-
the Year or something? What is like? It's like, let me injure it.
Look,
tear
Henry
it, get
Rowe-
it constructed. It's
Not-
going to come back stronger.
Henry Rowe Gardner.
It's more durable. Not, I mean, it's more the way that the surgeries have the way that it's progressed is that it's more durable than your actual ligament that they
Yeah.
that they replace it with.
Well, can't
So
they just boof it up without having to tear it? Can it just go in there and like
I feel like there's probably a risk factor that you have to like.
Right.
That's part of
Yeah.
why.
And I don't think doctors.
But I do
I
think-
think there's a morality, legality factor where they can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah. But that is crazy to think. Like a UCL is a serious injury. That's crazy to think of like trying to tear. Like
It
how do
is
you,
for a baseball player.
yeah.
It isn't for an every
Well,
because
yeah.
I don't know for a fact, but I really do think that I did when I was younger. I think that I've just never because there hit a time when I was playing baseball where every practice, every game, no matter what, my arm hurt like a bitch to the point that I had to stop throwing in the game. I had to it really ended. Baseball wasn't any fun because I couldn't figure it out. But it wasn't. We weren't really thinking. My dad wasn't taking me to the doctor. He just thought it was like, oh, you need to stretch. You need to blah blah. So, but looking back on it, it's still to this day when I throw a baseball, when I throw something like a few times, I get the same pain. I think I did. So it's a bad injury for a sports player,
serious,
but not
Holy shit.
but not an everyday.
I think I popped a UCL when I was a kid, but whatever.
the only time I even notice is when I throw.
Yeah.
I'm not
Pretty sure I told about UCL. I drank some Robitussin and I was fine. Like,
I don't throw shit.
well,
Spring ball is back.
Pretty sure it's still mine.
I'm
Just never
stoked.
got it fully.
your UCL.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Long time ago. But I never got. It was
Yeah, I
around the
never
same
did
time
either.
of my ACL, so it was like leg or arm, and I chose my leg. So
I just never had it looked at or thought that it was anything
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that. It's just
I definitely
stretching
did
from that. But like I said, to this day, when I throw anything, it's still I get the same pain. Right.
That's one that I'm lucky that I have not had to deal with that because I would imagine that that's a shitty pain to deal with.
Yeah, but it's temporary.
Yeah. Well, how you feeling about your Orioles? I mean, just start like we're just talking.
I mean,
about
I
preliminary
feel
stuff
good.
at the
I think
beginning.
I think people are too high on them. I hate people. I hate it when they're high on them. They're too high on the gambling list. They're plus 550 to win the AL. Second.
So-
There's second odds to win the AL.
What are you looking on? FanDuel?
ESPN.
What do they have early odds for World Series? So what are the early odds for World Series? Because I read something and I was like,
Dodgers
Dodgers.
plus 275.
I mean,
all right, who's number 2?
Braves.
That's crazy to me.
Braves and Yankees they're both plus
wow,
800.
that's
crazy
fully
to me.
healthy or
Because
Because Strider's not back. You don't know what you're getting
We
back.
got Chris Sale.
Okay, we got Chris Sale, we got Reynaldo Lopez, we got Schwellenbach, who could be good, he could not be good, and then we have Bryce Elder and Ian Anderson, both of which have shown that they don't have the consistency you need to be a real starting pitcher.
See, that's how I feel like with the Orioles.
I got
They
your
lost
lineup.
Burns,
I got your lineup right here.
and they didn't replace him
Eflin.
because Charlie Morton is not.
He's your number. Eflin, Grayson Rodriguez, Charlie Morton, Dean Kramer, and the Japanese guy.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
I mean-
be. It's not gonna be that order. I'm
You
pretty
can
sure.
hate, you can hate on Ian all you want, but he won us some World Series games, and him fully healthy is pretty damn good. I mean, he had a bad year because he was not healthy. Him healthy is different.
That was 4 years ago.
Who?
Ian Anderson. That was 4 years ago that he did well in the playoffs and in the series.
Well, so-
And then the next year he was a starter and could not cut it for the first 3 months of the season. Then got bumped down to minors. And when he went to minors, he still couldn't cut it and has had 3 years to rehab for any injuries. And he still has not been great in minors. That's what worries me.
He's capable.
He is, but I mean, he's got a physicality and a mental hurdle he's got to get over.
Yeah.
Ian Anderson,
It's always early struggle.
he has something. Max Fried is the exact same way. If he has a bad inning, it gets in his head so bad. Max Fried was terrible about that.
Oh, he plays for New York now, right?
Yeah, when Max
God,
is on his
don't remind
game,
me.
when Max is on his game, he's a very hard pitcher to hit against. When he has a bad inning or two,
Crumbles.
oh, bring out the bats because he's going to give you some meat. He's going to give you some meaty balls, and you're going to crank these things.
I like the Red Sox rotation. Me and Robert were talking.
I love the Red Sox.
The Red Sox, because our number 5 starter, Brian Bello, was our opening day starter last year. So we've got Garrett Crochet, Tanner Hawk, Walker Bueller,
Damn.
Lucas Giolito, and then Brian Bello is our 5.
Dang, y'all got
I really
not bad
like
at
our
all.
top 3.
Yeah.
Giolito's not bad. Don't
Well,
forget.
like I said, we got
He's
rid of
bounced around.
Burns.
He's when he's good. When
When
he's
he's healthy, he's good.
Oh yeah, if he's healthy, no. If he's healthy,
see.
he'll be
That's what I'm saying.
fine. If he's not, of course he won't be. But like losing Burns is going to really hurt. But I think that the GM they're counting on. They could have went and signed which I think they did try. I think they went after Snell. I think they went after Cease. If players don't want to play there, then they're not going to. Like Burns gave a discount to the Diamondbacks because he wanted to live home in Arizona.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? We tried.
Yeah.
But they expect Povich to take another step forward. That was who we saw play. They expect now at Gunnar. I don't. How big of a step forward can he take? How much more forward can he take? Adley can get better than what he was in the second half of last season, where I think he was hurt. But they've got a lot of young players: Jordan Westberg, Colton Cowser, like Cade Povich, Heston Kjerstad, that they're expecting all to take steps forward.
Yeah.
And if all those players can take steps forward, well, then that replaces the Santander that they lost.
heard
Where did Santander go?
I heard Holiday was
He
yeah, Santander left, my boy.
was
The Blue Jays?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't know why I thought Kansas
Yeah, he got
City.
signed to
I
a
guess
pretty
they're both
big deal.
blue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Blue Jays
he's bad
overpaid
cleanup for
him.
the Jays.
That's right. The Blue
Yeah,
Jays
he got signed
way
to a big deal.
overpaid for him.
Yeah, way
Gave him
overpaid.
way too many years. Like 7 years or something.
Yeah.
But look at the Blue Jays offseason. They were going after all these players. Every big name, the Blue Jays were in the mix of all of them, and they couldn't get any of them. So finally, they're like, we're getting this guy, and they overpaid for him.
Yeah, they made sure you're fucking coming here.
And I'm so good for Santander. I'm so happy for him. I'm rooting for him.
They look bad.
Truthfully,
It's been solid the
at
last
this point
few
in
years.
Santander's
Maybe not
career,
with that, but
No,
at this point in
definitely
his
not with
career,
that.
yeah, you take the fucking money and the years. If they're gonna give them to you, dude, you're guaranteed in the MLB.
And he
Take the
might-
money,
he
dude.
might stay consistent.
Exactly.
And
Max
be a banger.
Scherzer's in the rotation up there in Toronto.
Yeah, I know.
Another one.
I can't wait to play them.
Another
first.
1 year deal.
They look bad.
I know.
They look bad.
Toronto's pitching last year was the reason they crumbled.
Look at them 2 years ago. They were serious.
I mean, they got
contenders.
Goldman and
Now,
Bass.
That's what scares me, is because a few years ago, all the talk was about the Orioles or the Blue Jays young core.
Yeah.
Look at this young core they got. Look at this young core.
it
they
was
got.
like Rays,
They didn't
Jays,
shit with that
Orioles,
young core,
Red Sox.
and now the
Everything
last
keeps
player from
changing.
that young core is about to be gone next year. He's about to be a Red Sox next year. So Guerrero.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
let's go.
Velas Guerrero.
So now, yeah, we've got the Orioles young core, but are they going to do anything with it? Because they haven't yet.
Well, and that's what I was going to say when you were talking about your core and, all those guys expected to take a step forward. The thing is your odds of all those guys taking a step forward are pretty low. Now, if you can get a majority of them to go forward, that it still works. But that's what I've always worried about the Braves farm system, is because they have a great farm system. They rely heavily on that farm system for these guys to move up. Well, if you get into a point where the guys aren't progressing the way you want them to, it's really easy to set a team back fast.
Yeah, but I'm not
I don't
scared
think that
about
you
these guys.
I don't think you're.
There are some players that Jackson needs to take a step, which I am really
I
excited to
heard
see
he's
his
doing
step
well.
forward. The guy,
Yeah.
he's put on a lot of muscle
Yeah.
this
I heard he's doing
offseason. He's
good.
gotten a lot bigger. And yeah. What
Jackson
are
could be a
you
beast.
huffing?
I'm just not worried about. I'm not worried about him yet.
Holiday.
He bats 189.
It was his first year, and he's
Yeah, whatever.
put on 10
20
pounds of
years
muscle.
old.
Okay,
It's 20.
great. Go rub him down for all I care. I don't. It doesn't mean anything. You can have all the muscles in the world.
Rubbing him
If you
down.
can't hit the ball, it doesn't matter if you got all the muscles in the world.
Dude, once
You
you
can't
start
hit the ball.
seeing it, it's gonna be.
When he
crack,
came
crack,
back
crack.
from his second stint,
Yeah, his
you're
second-
looking at his
yeah, his first stint was terrible.
at
His
his,
second stint was
his
good.
stats for the
I
whole
hate it.
season. And you're forgetting that the first time that he came out, he was completely awful and went like
Yeah,
1
over-
for 30.
yeah.
He was terrible.
So yeah,
he was super
But
dog
his
shit.
second stint
Make you question
was
that
very
first
good.
thing.
He went like 280 his
not
second
me.
stint.
I get baseball's one of those.
Because what I saw was
Cyclical sports.
was a 19-year-old being called up to the major leagues. So no, I wasn't questioning his being picked
Yeah,
at
he's
number one.
unbelievable. Dude.
I'm just like I said, I'm just talking
Just
shit.
like Acuna, man.
Well, talking to Rachel, we're trying to do all these stadiums and stuff, but I don't know. We might catch one new stadium, because she wants to go back to Baltimore this year. And I was down with Baltimore. I'm like, I thought Camden Yards was an awesome stadium.
It's a great ballpark.
Great food, too. Everywhere we went was great food while we were there. But on top of that, I think me and Rachel have been talking about it. I think that we are in the running for tickets to go to Atlanta to see the Home Run Derby.
Oh, that'd be
I think
fun.
we're going to try to go
That'd
see
be
the Home
fun.
Run Derby.
Finally, we should have had it like 4 or 5 years ago. when
Yeah.
COVID hit.
I looked at tickets. It was like, all right, it's either All-Star Game or Home Run Derby. I'm like,
What's
we're
both?
not going to.
Hosting, right?
Yeah, we're hosting both, but the ticket prices, it was like,
Oh,
we're getting one or the other. Like,
Honestly, I think the home run derby would be more fun to.
I 100% think the Home Run Derby would be more fun.
You might
Why don't you
definitely you have a better chance to catch
Why don't
the
you
ball.
let me know? Because
Well, if you get in the outfield.
tickets.
They're
You
not
get tickets
they're
in the
not
outfield,
Braves
but I bet
tickets.
those are the most.
So he has season Braves
Which
tickets.
is
They're not
the
Braves
exact
tickets.
inverse.
No,
Right.
they could
Right.
give him like a little.
I bet.
They might
Dang.
give him
I'm
a
looking
little
close
discount,
to
but he
just to
won't
watch the
get tickets
launch
for
of the
being
ball.
a season holder.
Randy,
We looked it up.
where were the most
Those are-
expensive seats at?
What was what?
Where were the most expensive seats at? Outfield?
Oh, for the Home Run Derby? Oh, yeah, absolutely. The outfield
Hell
is
yeah.
100% the most expensive tickets. That's honestly, I was like, we have great tickets when we go to Atlanta. The ones that Andy gets us, those are great tickets. 300 section, but
Sir.
you're right behind home plate and first baseline. Great seats. You see everything. Those, to me, I was like, you can't get better than these tickets. Like, these are where, unless you're paying like, thousands of dollars to sit behind home plate. When Rachel took me to Washington to go see the Nationals game, she got us tickets in center field on the wall, and I was like, to me, I've never been a fan of like the idea of sitting in the outfield. I'm like, nah, not my thing, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now,
Good stuff.
on the wall in center field was one of the coolest
That'd be
things
fun.
ever.
Gotta be able to see.
Starting the MVP chant as Acuna came out there, and literally right in front of us at the wall, yelling, screaming, like pointing and everything, to see Ronald Acuna take his hat off and put his hat up to us. And I was like, dude, as a Braves fan,
You're
that's
like
one of the
one of
coolest
those
things.
girls at an Elvis concert back in the day fainting. It's like, oh, you took the cat to me.
Well, me and the
Like
6,000.
somebody would run into somebody and then call them their best friend.
I'm not taking that back to Baltimore. We gotta go see his best friend in the
Grow
world.
up.
Two best friends, actually.
He's like, hold on. Let me
Acunia's a legend.
call Adam real quick.
Acuna is the future Hall of Famer if he stays
Oh,
healthy.
hey, listen. Only if people don't know, I'm calling him Adam. His name's David. I call him AJ. I call him AJ.
This guy stays healthy.
AJ
future Hall of
and
Famer, dude.
Yep.
AJ and Meansy, my two boys.
Well, so we got a little bit of time left. We still got to
What moves us?
talk about what moves us.
I got one.
I do too.
You got one?
Yeah.
What you were saying though, real quick before we move into it, I'm looking for 2-person seating for the Home Run Derby. There is one set of seats available on Game Time left in the whole park
For two.
for 2 people. They are. Oh wait, nope. Sorry, I zoomed in and they
all
added
spread
up. If you sit at the far back of 147, which is left center, the far back, you're looking at $1,527 per ticket. Woo! If you're sitting section 151, which is basically center field, front row, you're looking at $2,300, $2,367 to be exact, per ticket. So I want you guys to know that I'm playing the lottery tomorrow, and if I win the Powerball, we're all going. Okay?
There was one thing right before that hockey game where they said the toughest ticket to get ever in TD Garden arena. I was like, they need to not word it that way because it's easier than it's ever been to get tickets to anything. It used to be very hard to find tickets to things. It's easier than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Change it to the most expensive game. The most expensive ticket in this arena. Yeah, it may be the most expensive ticket, which in turn makes it hard for some people to get, but it's easy. You have easier access to get tickets than you've ever had. It used to be difficult to find tickets to things.
Well, and
I can remember going to games and hoping I could find some jabroni on the sideline with this.
I remember going to see Tech play Syracuse the year that we went to the national championship, beat them 63-0. That game, it was the first college game day that came to Blacksburg.
Yeah.
I mean, tickets were like hundreds of dollars. My dad was like, I'm not spending that much on tickets to go. And the game, like people were already going in. He was like, we tried, so we're walking back. My dad finds a ticket just on the ground as we're walking. There's one ticket. He goes, we're getting into this game. And we walk back, and then we're like looking around. This guy's just like walking from the gate. He was like, "Hey, you guys looking for a ticket?" It was like $10 here. Gave him $10. We got in with two like random seats, and we just walked around the stadium and like that was how we had to get tickets to the game. Like there was no just going to game time and like.
Well, and that's the thing. Like now, you can go to Game Time or any of these Geek Radio, and you can wait. Now it's a risk.
You do.
But you can wait
longer
till right
you wait,
before game time.
The longer you wait, the
yeah.
cheaper they're gonna be.
To me, though, I will say I'm shocked that I've seen some of the like when we went to one of the games. It might have been when we went. We were trying to find upgraded tickets, and I was like, "We can upgrade what we got if we find the deal and it's worth it. We can do it." Actually, no, it was when we went to my brother-in-law's wedding in Colorado. We went there and we had bought some tickets and we were waiting to see if we get upgraded tickets. I was shocked at how many people who have great tickets, like behind home plate, like 8th row up tickets, and they want $1,000 a ticket. And the game starts. To me, I'm like, if I'm selling those tickets and I'm a season holder and I'm just trying to get the money for them, I'm like, dude, I'm bumping them down pretty much the whole time. As we're going through the game, they're getting cheaper and cheaper until they just don't let you sell them anymore. But the fact that these people are still like hardcore, like not changing the price. They're
a lot of them may not be season ticket holders. They're scalper. They don't care about like giving them away for the cheapest. They want the most that they can get from them. So,
but even then, to not change the price at all. I mean, 50% of something better than 100% of nothing.
They also may not even be paying attention. They're just away. Like they're not paying attention.
Like didn't sell this time.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Well, what were you saying? Let's move on. What moves you? You said you got one, Robert.
Me and my dad have got tickets today or this week to see the Caps play the Hurricanes, April 2nd. In Carolina, which lines up pretty good because after his hat trick the other night, he's on pace to break the record April 2nd against the Hurricanes. So that would be pretty sweet if that happened. And at the very least, Gretzky should be there because he said he's going to start following Ovechkin when he's like 5 away. So
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Our boy Andy,
Looking
that's where he
forward to
works
that.
actually. Like he legit works in the Carolina Hurricanes
Nice.
hockey arena.
Looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, we usually go down there once a year. Just good timing of when it is this year. That would be awesome.
Hell yeah.
If I saw the record-breaking goal.
Yeah. Oh golly.
That would be
dude.
so awesome.
That's a once in a lifetime, obviously, moment.
Yeah.
Well, Brent, what do you got?
Also hockey related. Our Rail Yard Dogs wore the hat tonight. Won 8 straight games. The Dogs, they're doing really well. 8 straight. Sitting at 3rd place in the league.
Yeah.
Kind of closing that gap between the top 2 teams. They're looking really good. They're getting good goaltending. They're scoring a lot. It's just nice to see the Dogs play. They started out kind of
Yeah.
but they've got a very good chance to extend that streak. We got Pensacola coming in this weekend, and they're the worst team in the league. The Ice Flyers. Remember, we saw them last year. So I'm hoping the Dogs can keep it going. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah. fast.
Playoffs for them coming up soon.
Yep. I like it. Let's go, dog. Too.
Oh,
All right, Don, what do you got?
speaking of dogs a little bit, I didn't talk about it enough this year, and it just blows my mind just thinking of the last 4 years of how we put this whole team together. And, everybody had to stay healthy. Everybody had to take a few pay cuts here and there. A lot of young guys, a lot of young core. But I honestly think, as a fan, after watching all of our teams after all these years, like, that was the best team fully we've ever had.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
from top to bottom, every single position. Like, I've never been able to name everybody from linemen. Like, I used to not give a shit about linemen or linebackers or whatever. I could name you every position, every player, defense and offense. It was just really fun to watch. I honestly think if we can keep that core together, we have a really good shot at building a dynasty. Not saying we're going to win 4, 5, 6 Super Bowls like LeBron said, but, we have a good shot every year coming up, and we have a good back office, good coaches. I mean, we're keeping the guys together, and that's what it takes. Like, all these teams think just shipping their main guys, getting all this money here and there. Like, that's not the keys to success. Like, Jalen said it best. Like, he doesn't give a shit about money. He cares about winning, and he'll do whatever it takes to win.
Well, then that makes it easy if you have players on. Every team doesn't have players that are willing to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's a
not the
philosophy,
team's fault. Like, it's not like team. Like,
No, I didn't say that.
it. Everyone would love to have players that would be like, no, I don't want to be paid that much money. Pay some other players. Let's build a team. Not many people feel that way.
Well, and I think that this helps. So, like, truthfully, I think getting that ring, I think reaching the promised land and winning, I think that helps. If you're going to have guys who will live that mentality at all, I think obviously you have to show that you can win everything.
Yeah, but even on teams that do that, I mean, look at the Chiefs. Tyreek Hill left to get more money. Like, all the players always are leaving championship teams because now I'm going to get paid.
Well, I mean, Tyreek Hill had 32 baby mamas. So, I mean, he had to get paid.
And I'm not. And you are right. Like, yeah, that's great. That is great. But I mean, it's easy to do when you have players willing to do it.
Yeah, and that's why it moves me, because people don't realize we've had those same Georgia players that we drafted 3 or 4 years ago, and they all played on those national championship teams that never lost a game. So, like, they are about being champions. They know they're great players, and they want to stay together. They have great chemistry. Like, that's another thing that people don't realize. When you have great chemistry with the guys around you, you tend to play a little bit better, a little bit more amped every play. You're just ready to play for your brothers instead of just some random guys, just got picked up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. It took a long time, too. It took a long time for us to build something like this. I mean, we haven't had the title in 6-7 years, so it was awesome.
Yeah.
It moved me. And also baseball, my favorite sport. Just getting the band back together. And
Getting the band back together.
Albies, Acuna, Riley, Olsen, Zuna, all those guys. I'm ready to watch the whole crew.
Hell yeah, dude.
Man. Hopefully we can stay healthy.
How'd you, Randall?
Mine, surprisingly, I got a notification literally on the ride in here, and I had a couple things I was kind of on the fence about, but I don't watch the WNBA. I don't. It's just
Clark and Aja Wilson.
I've watched two games. I've watched 2 games. I've watched one Angel Reese game and one Caitlin Clark game to see what the hype was about. Like, I've watched a couple games, but I did get a notification, and when I looked it up, I was literally like scrolling through it at the stoplight right in front of the studio. WNBA player and legend Diana Taurasi, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, has announced retirement on the way into the studio today. 3-time league, 3 league titles and an MVP, all-time leading scorer
She's been
in the WNBA.
I feel like she's one of the
20 seasons.
WNBA OGs. Like she's
Yeah.
been in
Oh,
the
I remember watching her at UConn back in the day,
Yep.
like when they were unbeatable. Like,
but
yeah.
announced her
First team in the
retirement.
league.
Very prestigious career
Nice
in the
little career.
WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
So my hats
She
off
played
to
for a
her.
long time.
Yeah, I'm like she's played some really hard games, really hard times,
And I
and
don't think I've seen a minute of them.
yeah.
but I mean,
But you're right.
She-
No,
she
I
had a
do.
day. She
I
had a good
absolutely do. I
Yeah,
respect
she's
the hell out of her.
Legit. Yeah, I'm not a hater
She's
at all.
great.
and I didn't, on a side note, I didn't realize this until a couple of days ago, but apparently it was 2022. I thought it was this year because the video came up. But did you know that Jordan Mailata was on The Masked Singer?
No,
Yeah,
Dude,
I can
Jordan
imagine.
Mailata is an awesome singer.
Remember
I knew
Christmas
that.
album?
Oh, yeah, I heard
Really
they did the
released?
Christmas
Dude,
album.
he did
Line? That was
one of my
awesome.
favorite rock songs of all time. He did Wanted Dead or Alive, and I was like, there's no way he just, dude, he killed it.
I love.
Did you know it was him before he took the
No,
mask off?
yeah, I did only because the video was like a Facebook reel and it said who it was. If it didn't say that, because he even says, he's like, when they took the mask off and he saw it, he's like, did I hide my Australian accent very good? And they're like, yeah, dude, we had no idea. Like, all the judges are like, who is this? Like, they're trying to figure it out. I'm like, dude, that's one of those players, like sports players, that there's no way you're guessing who that is, dude. There's not a chance.
He's a big.
That's what
I
he's
love
on.
my Lata.
Yeah, so
Well,
he
there's
did one.
multiple. They sing a new song every episode
Yeah.
until they get their face revealed.
But yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. But yeah, so
The guy that
snack
wants to
reviews.
Snack reviews. All right. Well, we'll start with the Pringles spicy loaded nachos. You want more?
Good.
Yeah,
They're good.
pass me
It's
around.
my
I like
review.
the mix.
My review is they're good.
They
Yeah, I'm
good.
gonna have to get some of those.
They good.
Spicy loaded nachos. I think they're on point.
These
I'm at an 8. I'm at
You're
an
at 8.
yeah.
I'm at an 8. I tried, Robert. I knew you weren't gonna like them, but I tried.
If you want to try, just don't bring drinks. So.
I'm 7.5. I'm solid 7.5 on these.
What about you, Donnie? What'd you
I'm
think?
gonna up it to 8-7.
Really? You got a higher score than I did. I thought it would be like
It's a
right.
good. It's right at the cusp, man. I love a good kick.
Okay. The Chips Ahoy Baked Bites Blondie. I'm at a 6.5 on these. They were not bad, and I did enjoy like the kind of chewy, kind of crunchy, kind of
Yeah.
cookie dough-ish texture. And it's a nice little snackable pouch. So
I like the idea.
yeah, the 6.5. I would be interested to see what if they did a brownie version.
Yeah.
That might be
Brownie
good.
bite.
So I'm 5.5 on them.
Me too.
The more I ate through them, the more I was like, I need one or the other. I either need cookie dough or I need a cookie. And that being in the middle for me was like, the flavor wasn't bad. The consistency, texture, just I need either cookie
It was
dough
interesting.
or cookie.
And I'm giving the Pringles chips, by the way, like 7, 8.
I thought they
said good.
I thought they good.
Yeah, oh, that's how we give them reviews. Yeah, just don't ask me what number I'm giving it. Who cares, Brett?
I'd like to know the number on the damn director.
You didn't ask me. You went. You said, well, on the cookies now.
Man, you did scoop, Robert.
I did ask you. So you got
No, you didn't.
Okay.
No, you didn't
Roll the
ask the
tape.
number.
Roll tape. This is recorded.
You didn't ask me for the number.
Recorded.
Okay. Last one. Robert's gonna hate this, but the 7-Up Tropical.
1.
1 hates it. So I'm taking 1 sip and that can's full. I'm good. You know what? I quite enjoyed it. I really did.
It's a good mixture. with
I'm
that.
gonna do an 8.5 on this. And you throw a little mini of vodka in here. This is a nice drink. You know, I give it
Awesome part.
yeah. Well, vodka had an extra point, but pretty solid. 7-Up Tropical.
Did you say mini of vodka?
A mini, like the mini bottle.
The way you said it, is it mini of vodka?
A mini of
Throw in
vodka.
a mini of vodka?
A mini of vodka.
I like drinking many of vodka.
I just thought of Wayne's World when you said it for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
And let alone miniguns. That wouldn't necessitate owning an entire rack.
I don't even know.
Can I get
A gun.
Can I get a liter of cola?
Let
Mini of
alone
vodka?
minigun. Yeah.
Sell many of vodka?
Yeah, the little mini of vodka.
Or this is a liquor
7 Up.
store. We have many vodkas.
The 7-Up, so I like them. I've had plenty of them at this point. They're a solid 7. Only because 7-Up Cherry is going to be untouched.
As far as
7-Up.
it's not nearly as good as 7-Up Cherry. There's no way.
I think that this and regular 7-Up are close because regular 7-Up is it's not bad. It's not bad, but Cherry 7-Up it's one of my faves.
Like a Seagram's on 7. That's a nice twist on a Seagram's 7.
I can see that for sure. I can see that for sure.
You should make 7 up yours.
A mini vodka.
I'm gonna give it a 6, just because like the taste. Don't drink soda much anymore. I don't do much sugar or anything, so like it, but not a big sugar fan. Good taste though.
Donnie says he's gonna try the diet.
Oh, yeah, they got
They got sugar.
They got a 0 sugar, yeah.
What'd you give the cookies?
Where'd I get them?
Where did you give them? I didn't hear. What?
Oh, what'd I give the cookies?
Yeah.
What did I give?
What do you think the cookies were, Don?
6.0.
6.0. You can just say 6. All right, yeah, word.
But I ain't caught you again because I think you forgot to ask me.
I'm bad.
We've been out for 2 weeks, man.
Come on, I'm a little rusty. All right.
Hey, good
Randy.
snacks, man. Good snacks.
I think so, yeah. I know
It's a different.
Well worth
You're gonna eat my last one.
Well, I highly enjoyed
Yeah, it was good, man.
getting
Good
back in the
variety.
studio.
That's why we try them. That's why we do this.
Well, that's exactly why we do this. I'm like, no offense to any snack we've ever had on here, but
No.
these right here are definitely not the worst snacks we've had. Dude, that's why we do it.
Offense.
Our palates are here to help you guys out.
Yeah.
My palate's not helping anybody out.
But first episode back, man. This was a lot of fun. It was good to be
Yeah.
back in the studio.
Refreshing.
Give some shout outs out there. I want to thank our man Josh Richards, who's waiting patiently behind the scenes to hit the button and roll credit. Thank you, Josh, so much for keeping us rocking and rolling.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to thank all you fans out there who have tuned in, who are watching this at a later time. Thank you all so much for being a part of the Sports Bites family. Remember, keep clicking that like button. Keep sending some subscribers our way. Share it out there and throw some comments on there. Let's see some snacks you guys want to see.
I will now forever call 7-Up Grandma Sprite. That is hilarious.
Grandma Sprite.
Grandma wanted to save a couple bucks.
That's
she would get 7-Up.
Most definitely.
I'm not getting name brand.
Most
Okay.
definitely.
And you know how many Mountain Lions I drank at Grandma's house?
Mountain Lion.
I love it.
Yeah.
Shout out, Grandma Sprite.
Shout out.
Special K.
Yeah, I'll say Dr. K.
Dr. K.
Yeah, Dr. K.
The physicist.
Oh, man. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for having us back on the air. It's been a while, a couple weeks, inclement weather. Hopefully, we're done with the inclement weather. We keep this thing rocking and rolling. But with that, I just want to thank you all so much one more time for being a part of this. We love you. Thank you for being a part of this with us. Don, thanks for being here tonight.
Sure, no
Across the
problem.
table.
Yo.
Dr. Mike, thanks so much. Robert, enjoyed seeing you again, buddy.
You too.
And to all you fans out there, thank you again one last time. And with that, we are Sports Bites, your #1 sports podcast, bringing you the best of both worlds.
Sports.
Grandma Sprite. And snacks.
Thank y'all. We love you. Have a great night.
Right.
It's for banging.